few days ago, I got an item under my desk or beside my desk, and it is the best thing ever, and I'll show you what it is. A bin. Now, you might be thinking, why do you care about a bin? Well, when I was a kid, I would watch a film called Meet the Robinsons, which is one of my favourites, by the way, very much up there. And I won't spoil it for you, but go watch it. It is just like, it's such a good film. Like, honestly, it's such a good film, and it inspired me to do a lot of things. And one of the first things I ever wanted to do was be an inventor, right? And so I would take a book and I would start writing things in it, and like things I can invent, and then I'd like draw diagrams and stuff like that because I wasn't so good at writing. But the drawing, I mean, I wasn't good at that neither, but I could convey that onto a piece of paper. But then I could writing. Anyway, at the end of the film, it has like a little cutscene of him going through, inventions, and he'd write on a piece of paper, and you'd see him write on a piece of paper, and then he'd scrunch it up and he'd throw it back, right? And he would do this over and over, but he would expand things and things would grow, and he could you could see him start to build things and put things up on the wall. And I was like, yep, that's what I want. That's what I want. Of course, in a house like mine growing up, where there wasn't a lot of resources, and even down to pieces of paper, I couldn't be that wasteful in a way, right? Where I could just screw up a piece of paper that I didn't like and just throw it away, and I can just start again. I can just keep going and keep going and keep going, and have all my thoughts onto a piece of paper over and over and over again. And it wasn't till a few days ago, when I got the bin, that I realised that I'm no longer in that mode where I have to be reserving pieces of paper. I can just write something down. If it's rubbish, throw it away, no big deal. And it feels like the desk that I once dreamed of, the things that I once dreamed of, have become a reality. And I guess now even saying that, it feels quite crazy. But I sit here with notebooks that are starting to be filled with knowledge, and I have things up on the wall for me to remember. I have a desk, a laptop that allows me to do anything, a camera that allows me to shoot anything. It just all seems surreal, because I remember as a kid, yes, it was to be an inventor, but the main goal was to have somewhere where I could express what's in my head onto something, and that is what I can do now. And it feels kind of surreal. It took me a longer time to get here than I would have liked, yet I understand that I still have so much, and I'm right at the start, where I'm starting to make things, I'm starting to build on things, I'm starting to put more stuff up on the walls, and have my brain sort of pour out into my work. And now I'm dreaming of that, not that finished product, but the 20 years ahead, where my desk is upgraded and where I'm at is upgraded, and I'm in a bigger space where my brain can flow even more, and new gadgets and things that allow me to do that even better. And that excites me so much, to know that I've achieved this and now I'm going for something else, even though I guess I never really even set it as a goal. Life is a weird thing, and it's quite weird how it leads you and pushes you. I remember at my house, I had a desk in my room as well, not as nice as this one. It was a computer desk that was on its last legs, like really on its last legs, and most of the time it was filled with trash and just random bits and bobs that were sort of piled into my room, and I could never really use it. But I remember wanting it really bad, and I guess at the time I didn't realise why I wanted it. But I always wanted a desk. It's really, really weird, I know, but it was just a place where I could go and yeah, pour my brain out, pour my thoughts onto something, where I could just sit down and try and translate those things onto something. And I guess even as a kid, I wanted to do that, I just didn't realise why. The lesson today, kids, is even if you have really little, work with what you've got, because there's always something, right? Even as a kid, when I could get maybe one, maybe two bits of paper, I would shrink everything I thought down to try, and I would like abbreviate things and try to make things as small as possible so I could use up these 2 pages of paper. Resourceful is amazing, and normally, from what I find, being resourceful normally leads to creativity, especially with cooking is what I found. It's quite funny, especially growing up, understanding that you can use things for other things and substitute other things. It allows for creativity. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.